Welcome back to ICO Review. Today we'll be going over props. Now, if you spend a lot of time looking at ICOs on YouTube, you might be thinking that props has been done to death, and I kind of felt the same way, which is why I haven't covered this platform yet. However, the more time I spend looking at ICOs, the more time I pay attention to the ICO sphere, the more props keeps coming up, the more promising props looks, and the more traction props is gaining. I'll touch a little bit more on that as I get through the video. But for those of you that haven't actually heard of props, at a glance, props are taking video streaming and transferring it to a more interactive and lucrative model. The props ecosystem will be open not only to content creators and to viewers via their application Rize, but it will also be, utilizable by developers. In this case, developers will be able to create their own applications using the props wallet and the props token, which is essentially creating an entire ecosystem. It means that we're not just looking at a coin here that is reliant on one singular platform. Making myself a little bit smaller now for the sake of viewing this next bit. Hidden within their white paper on page 11, this is a beautiful infographic to demonstrate just what can be achieved in terms of rewards inside of the props ecosystem. You can see in the center there, they've highlighted Rize, which is the use case, showing token flow to digital media users and their prop wallet. But you can see that the prop wallet will then eventually be accessible by absolutely anything that is built on top of the props token, which leads me to how you're actually getting rewarded on these platforms. It's an interesting metric. It's my understanding that regardless of being a developer, being a content creator, or being a platform user, that you receive props tokens for adding value. That seems like a very vague proposition, but they're using metrics like likes, time spent on the platform, and total accumulated views to determine how you are adding value to the platform. And I believe that will extend to even as a user, bringing users onto the platform. It's been said by the team, but I really feel it rings true that they're almost leveraging social media engagement as their mining protocol. You're generating coin, receiving coin simply by engaging with the ecosystem that they've created. So it's a very clear value proposition. Views, likes, time spent, and I'm sure there are plenty of other metrics to go over. Moving to the awareness piece though, I turn to Philip Defranco here. I was watching his channel today, as I do every day with a couple of other YouTubers, Crypto Daily, for instance, and I wasn't actually aware that Philly D was an advisor for these guys. And that, to me, is quite a big deal. Such a large and prominent YouTuber being involved with this project will attract a large audience on top of the 40 million users that YouNow already has, on top of the marketing that the company is doing. All of these things, he is already highly successful on an existing media platform. So the moment he jumps over and starts doing things on Rize, they will have an enormous influx of users. I'd put money on it. You have a look that this is Philip Defranco's secondary channel. It's not even his main channel. And he has 1.2 million subscribers on here, with the video itself talking about props sitting at 133,000 odd views at the time of this recording. I think he is a massive asset, and I think that leveraging YouTubers is the way that this platform will see mass adoption. And you all know that if a platform reaches mass adoption, that then informs directly the value of the token. And with this being a token that you're not only purchasing in ICO phase, but can earn later on, that's a big deal. They're setting themselves up for success in my book. We flip over to Crypto Daily, and Crypto Daily covered these guys back in October, and Crypto Daily's video for props is sitting at 12,000 odd views. So again, there goes props, or the YouNow team, leveraging existing content creators for their platform. They're playing this right. They're doing it right. Popping over to the Twitter, 1,782 views. From the other ICOs that we've looked at, that is great social engagement. That's on par with Rentberry and Naga. And their YouTube channel sitting at 154 subscribers, with their main video sitting at 5.5k views. Everything here to me is signaling fantastic engagement. Fantastic engagement means fantastic demand, which means fantastic token price. And I will link to this video in the description below, the 5.5k view one, because it is extremely informative. If you want to sink your teeth in deeper to this project, that is the video to watch to really understand what's happening in the props ecosystem. In terms of the team, really it speaks for itself. Let's just focus on Adi Seidman here. I didn't know he was part of the Matrix game. That's pretty damn cool. But most notably, founder of YouNow, which is a social video platform with 40 million registered users. At one point in time, it had the largest market share of video streaming platforms in the US. That's a big claim to fame. They've got a lot of captive audience with that application that they'll be able to seed into Rize and therefore the props network. Check out the ICO date. Separate pre-sale will begin on Republic Crypto on December 11th. Looking at the site, it should be hanging here in the drop-down menu, I imagine. And finally, let's talk about timing. And I want to touch on very briefly what's happened with YouTube this year. I haven't been a YouTuber for that long, but I have used the platform for quite some time. And there seems to have been a lot of dissatisfaction with bigger YouTubers in and around demonetization and in and around things like Syria videos getting pulled down because of algorithms not quite doing what they're meant to be doing. With the arrival of props and that entire ecosystem and their app Rize, I think that the timing compared to dissatisfaction in and around YouTube is fortuitous for props. I'm certainly not saying it's deliberate, but I think it's fortuitous. People are looking at YouTube with scrutinous eyes. And though content creators might not completely leave YouTube, though it is a revenue stream, I think props is extremely attractive to content creators that are looking for either a secondary stream of revenue to support their business or to support their content generation, or whether it is somebody looking for a completely new place to set up shop. Props is there, and props will be ripe for the taking when it launches. Plenty of captive users and an open, transparent ecosystem where everybody is being rewarded for their contributions. But that's all I have for you in this video. All the relevant stuff will be down below in the description. I have been your crypto enthusiast, and I will see you in the next video. Shout out to any other channels that we mention in these videos here on the channel. So Philip Defranco's secondary channel and Crypto Daily.